tout le monde, c'est Xardas, j'espère que vous allez bien. De retour aujourd'hui sur Game of Thrones à Port-Réal pour reprendre notre aventure épique sur le jeu Telltale. J'espère que vous appréciez, car moi en tout cas, c'est le cas. Donc on joue maintenant une des filles forestières, Mira je crois, ça s'appelle comme ça. Et on est une servante, voilà, c'est le peu que je sais. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Ok, vas-y on regarde. C'est le symbole de... C'est le symbole de notre clan. Il est gentil, Ethan. Ethan. Des pièces. Yun Cayenne.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him.
Ok, donc ça c'est à Essos.
Strange place, Essos.
Ok. Une broche de haut jardin. Ok, ça on connaît, ça on connaît. Toi-même tu sais dans la
It
série.
was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Helena.
Et une lettre. Une lettre inachevée, on va la lire.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Et il n'y a pas la suite. Ok. Très bien. On explore tout, hein. On prend le temps. C'est ça qui est bien. Et oui, c'est un bras zéro. Des fois, il y a des actions, elles sont pas très utiles, hein. Ça faut le reconnaître. Un gros livre poussiéreux. Vas-y, est-ce que...
Wonders made by man, by Lomas Longstrider.
Ok.
A gift from Roderick.
Paix à son âme.
I hope to see them all someday.
Ah oui, effectivement, elle doit pas être au courant, elle. Hein. Elle a pas encore reçu de corbeau. Oh, on va regarder par la fenêtre.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Si tu savais, ma belle. Si tu savais. Ah, une lettre de ma mère. Ah bah c'est le corbeau qu'elle a envoyé du coup. Elle va être au courant pour Roderick et tout.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf.
Ou alors elle est
She is
déjà au
our
courant.
best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Entrez. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Ah, évidemment, c'est à moi d'aller le faire.
One moment.
Qui c'est?
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Non, vas-y, viens.
No, it's fine. Come in.
T'es bizarre comme gosse, n'empêche. T'es pas un espion de Varys?
Begging your pardon, milady, but you alright? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fine, thank you.
Of course, milady.
Je sais mieux, on est à King's Landing. Les trahisons, ça se connaît, ça se
Please
trouve c'est un
hurry if you
espion.
can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie?
T'es trop curieux, toi.
I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
It's widely known that I work for Lady Marjorie.
I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
Why are you telling me this?
I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there.
Toi, t'es un espion, c'est sûr.
Good night, milady.
T'es les petits oisillons de Varys. obligé. Oh, Marjorie. Putain, elle est vachement bien reproduite quand
Lady
même.
Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk.
Et c'est sa vraie voix, hein, anglaise.
Come,
Hein.
there's something we must discuss.
Je suis sûr, hein. Je la reconnais. Oh, s'ils ont réussi à reprendre les vraies voix, c'est bien foutu.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
What does she intend to do?
She intends to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Super.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
On va rencontrer Cersei. Ça va être dangereux.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Ok, il va falloir que je sois faux.
Good luck.
Ouais, j'en ai besoin. Purée. Après, Cersei est très maligne. Si je mens, je suis sûr qu'elle peut le savoir. Ah, le trône de fer. Oh, il y a Tyrion aussi. Oh, c'est stylé.
You can do this.
Ouais, ils ont réuni quelques membres de la cour. J'entends que ça part derrière. Je peux avancer plus vite, non?
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely
C'est des
this
vraies
evening?
voix cool.
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
The one true king. Yet she
Ah,
didn't
merde.
say which.
Il est malin, Tyrion.
The girl is clever.
Ah oui, il l'a deviné.
She only
I
meant...
don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the North.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
They were the Wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Perhaps too clever for her own good. And she would have us believe she didn't know which king she served. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Non.
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
And proved his loyalty to the crown by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
She was just following her heart, Your Grace.
And the very same heart so quickly led her to my son.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
The king, of course.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl. But not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
J'espère qu'elle va pas croire que je l'ai trahi. C'était pas le cas, j'ai mitonné.
I'll walk you out.
Cool. Du chemin avec
This may
Tyrion.
come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
On a besoin d'aide.
It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Qu'est-ce que j'adore ce personnage. Il est juste honnête. Tout pour plaire.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
It went well.
Really? That's a relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
You'll get us in trouble.
We're just having some fun. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well. Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I don't want to be queen, no matter who I'd have to marry.
Don't want to be queen? You northerners. You'd make a perfect scepter. Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match!
L'extrême au niveau des tailles.
Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing?
Elle a pas l'air contente.
Well,
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
this is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
It doesn't matter what you feel. It only matters what you say.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Go on.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa. It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Putain, chaque phrase que je dis, c'est... Tu te retournes le cerveau, c'est incroyable. Oh! On reprend Gareth. Direction le mur. Oh.
Seven hells.
Ça c'est des Bolton.
Let's play a little game, shall we? Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Eh bien, ça sera tout pour cet épisode. Je vous dis à très bientôt pour la suite. Là, ça risque d'être très tendu avec les Bolton. C'était Xardas. Tchuss.
Unfortunately.